Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tina. Today's video we are going to be talking all about the Desert Dusk palette from Huda Beauty. But before I jump right to it and I give you the nitty-gritty of this palette, please go ahead and hit that subscribe
simply by
button
clicking
and
the bell icon next to the subscription button.
Whenever I upload new videos, which I do a lot of beauty reviews and tutorials, so check out those past videos as well. Alright, so Huda Beauty came out with another palette. I think the older one, which is the rose gold palette, she is going to be taking that off the shelf, and this is basically the replacement of that palette. And can we just talk about the packaging of this palette real quick? I absolutely love the packaging. So let me show you. This is what the box looks like. It looks like the sand and like different colors. When you go and tilt it, it shifts into like a silvery pinkish color. Let me just read to you what it says in the back. It says, immerse yourself in the soft warmth of the desert, a rays of sunset, a light washing the sky and dunes with rich hues of changing plums, corals, ochres, and gold. 18 mesmerizing shades encapsulated in 4 ready-to-layer textures, 8 buttery mattes blending with your skin for color that does not move, 6 sublime pressed pearls casting a shimmery veil over your eyes, and 3 duochrome toppers revealing their magic under the light. 1 daring glitter for audacious looks celebrating your inner desert queen. And this is what the palette looks like, guys. Oh my gosh, it looks absolutely beautiful. So when you go and tilt this thing changes somehow and it looks like it's 3D. And then her eyelids also changes. Like, this is like absolutely packaging goals. The Huda Beauty Desert Dusk lettering is also embossed. So the packaging is thin and beautiful and really compact, and I love it, and it's super sturdy and it's not too heavy. It feels like it is really high end when you hold it in your hands, and when you open it you actually get a mirror. What? So that is really cool. I really love the mirror because when you are traveling, you want like a good size mirror to use it to complete your look, and this one is perfect for that. And when you open this, there is an overlay, and this is what it looks like. So it overlays in here on top to protect the mirror, and this is Huda's eyes. And so this is what the palette looks like. The palette, I gotta say, it is gorgeous. So this is what it looks like. The palette consists of 18 eyeshadows, like I said before, 8 buttery mattes, 6 pressed pearls, and 3 duochromes, and 1 glitter right over here. So on top is mostly your matte, with the exception of Blue Moon, this shade right here, which is a beautiful copper color. And then in the middle here, you only have 1 matte, which is Amethyst. And then in the bottom, you have 2 mattes, which is Saffron and Buzzing, which are these. And then you have your glitter shade in here. These 3 on top are duochromes, and they look absolutely stunning. So what I did was I swatched this palette on my arms without any primer or anything at all, and I used a flat shader brush to apply this, and I used the Morphe M167 flat brush, and in between swatching I did clean the brush with this brush clean sweep thing here. So let's go ahead and jump right into the description of the shades in this palette. So the first shade in this palette is called Desert Sand, and this one is a matte off-white shade. The second shade is called Musk, and this one is a cool tone medium brown shade. The third shade is called Eden, and this one is more of a light peachy shade. And the shade Amber is a matte brick brown shade. And the next shade is called Blue Moon, and Blue Moon is a copper shade. And this shade is almost like a foiled eyeshadow. It has a nice shine to it, and it feels buttery. It's very pigmented, and I love this shade. And the next shade is called Ode, O-U-D, and this one is the darkest shade in this palette. This one is a dark warm brown shade. The next shade is called Celestial, and Celestial is a nice duochrome shade. Also another duochrome yellow gold shade is called Nefertiti, and Twilight is a nice lavender duochrome shade, and these 3 have a little bit of specks of shimmers in them, but it doesn't really bother me, and it actually looks beautiful on the lids. The next shade is called Amethyst, and Amethyst is a nice medium plum shade, and Amethyst is the only one that is a little difficult to work with just because it has a little bit of a grit to it and it's not that pigmented. The next shade is called Royal, and this one is a nice purple shade, and again it is another foiled shade. And the next one is called Retrograde, and this shade is absolutely beautiful. It has this silver plummy shift to it, and this is great to apply as an overlay on your lids. It looks absolutely beautiful. The next shade is called Cashmere, and Cashmere, I can't figure out what the shade is, and I feel like this is another duochrome shade, but it looks really beautiful. It has that pinkish silvery shade that it just looks beautiful when it's laid on the lids. And the next shade is called Angelic. Angelic is another, I would say, another duochrome shade. It has that pinkish golden shift to it. And then Cosmo. Cosmo is the only glitter shade in this palette, and this one is a coppery golden reddish tone glitter, and it's a true glitter, guys, so just be careful when you are applying this, and there is a lot of fallout. The next shade is called Turkish Delight, and Turkish Delight, oh my god, this shade is absolutely beautiful, and it's very easy to work with. This one is more of your cranberry foiled shade. And the next one is Saffron. Saffron is a deep reddish shade, and it is a matte shade. I actually like the shade a lot, being that it is red and it's matte, and it does not have any grit to it. Super buttery. I love the pigmentation of this eyeshadow. And the last one is called Blazing, and Blazing is more of your orange toned matte shade. Again, absolutely beautiful. Didn't have a problem with it. It does have a little bit of a grit to it, but other than that, when swatching, when applying on the lids, looks absolutely beautiful. So this palette retails for $65 at Sephora, and when you divide that individually, you're paying $3 and some change each. Now, is this palette worth the hype? I think that it is absolutely worth the hype, being that I actually like this better than the older palette that Huda came out with the first time. This one has a lot more of the tones that I would actually use without it blending all in one shade. I really love that you can create different looks with this palette. Now, is this something that you need? No, you really don't need it, but if you have extra money to shell out for, this would be definitely something that I would recommend, because it is absolutely beautiful. You can definitely create different types of looks, especially if you like the shades in this palette. Now, the pigmentation of this, really great. The matte shades blended really nicely. The shimmery shades and the foiled shades, absolutely beautiful. It laid on perfectly on the lids. Really definitely recommend it if you have the money to shell out for, because I understand $65 is a lot of money, but if you have that extra money to really, you know, just want a quality palette, this would definitely be something that I would recommend if you are looking for a palette that is warm tone, beautiful, that will really give you the bang for your buck. Alright guys, I will see you again in my next video. I love you all, and thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comment section if you are getting this palette or not, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!